Now the mic is no longer muted. Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. It's Variety Thursday.
You have the Kristin. Wait a minute. You've got the Kristin Petty voice. So if you listen to SiriusXM, hi, I'm James Wesley. This is Seth Rudetsky, my husband. So Kristin Petty from 9 to 3 Eastern on SiriusXM. We're actually using the mic today, Seth. Has like a calming voice, which is perfect for people on the West Coast waking up at 6 a.m. And then this one comes on at 3 p.m.
Shrill, Pacific. Nasal. You know what it is? It just worked out. So
that's what it is.
So it's like a weird, like I'm out of breath.
But like that's not like you, Seth.
I know it's not my real speaking voice. Don't worry.
Hello.
It's gonna.
He was actually kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Because it was too soothing.
It was a little. I'm not used to your voice being that soothing and relaxing and slow.
Anywho, so I'm Seth. This is James. This is Stars in the House, which is the show twice a day, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern that we do for the Actors Fund. However, the Actors Fund is a misnomer.
It is a national human services organization that's been around for 138 years. Actually, Brian Stokes Mitchell was on, actually, I just realized, same last name, Andréa Mitchell Report, so, but not related,
nepotism.
I don't think.
That's why he got the gig.
I don't think, but he talked really eloquently about what's going on with the Actors Fund, and he's going to be on, I'm sure, in the next few days to talk about it, but it's unbelievable, let's just put it that way, the amount of aid that's going out, direct financial assistance to people all across the country who make their living as performing artists and behind the scenes that help make it happen. Scenes. Yeah.
You know, anyone that works in the crew, that works as a voice teacher, anything that they do, you can get help from the Actors Fund. And actually, I just read someone that said they couldn't get unemployment. They just had to just get some kind of a random job because even if you're eligible for unemployment, it's like impossible to get through.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, most people in the performing arts, unless they're employees, I guess, in like an artistic director's office of a regional theater or something like that, most people that are in the performing arts are in the gig economy. And as we all know, the unemployment whole thing is not quite up to speed for people that are
it's a lot of like
gig workers.
You go online, you go online and go, please make a phone call. Then you go on the phone call and say, please go online. It's like an unfunny comedy sketch.
And yeah, definitely not funny. And in the meantime, still people have health insurance premiums that are due, utility bills due, food that they need to eat, et cetera, et cetera.
So when you have a deadline like that, you go to actorsfund.org and you just say, I literally can't pay blah, blah, blah. And Actors Fund will give you cold hard cash.
Right. I mean, there's like a minimum, I believe.
Yes, but the point is, if you're a professional, just look it up.
If you're a professional, most likely you're going to qualify. Yeah. Exactly. And believe me, the bar to what you have to make is not super high for income. But I wanted to read what we're up to, Seth. I don't know if you saw the total.
We began 4 weeks ago in 2 days.
That's right. And so we're up to, our total is raised for the Actors Fund. And most of these are like smaller donations.
Yeah.
$214,400 for the Actors Fund. Most of them, I would say the average donation is like $50.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really incredible.
Probably lower than that.
That's right.
So it's really amazing how many people are watching all over the world, literally all over the world, and donating. And what's so great is that these videos then stay online at starsinthehouse.com. People watch during it and then they donate later.
Yeah, we found out from the Actors Fund that yes, the majority of people, I guess, watch it live, but a lot of people watch it literally from midnight to 8 a.m., meaning that they're watching it on the West Coast or they're watching it in
Berlin,
Singapore.
or Wales.
Yeah, exactly, all over. So that's all really incredible. And the only other thing I'll say, Seth, because I love that, like, this is our third Variety Thursday, and it just is like whatever we want, and that's the theme, and we get like 4 amazing people, or in this case 5, because we have Liz and Sal with us, and it's just really fun.
4. Varla's not really a person. We'll talk about it later.
Like
she's sitting. We can see what they look like. If you can see what Varla looks like right now, I can't even tell you. Just wait.
Absolutely. But I did want to share one thing before we bring Michelle Collins on. Actually, should we say who's on today's show?
Yeah, so we have the amazing and hilarious Michelle Collins. You know her from The View, but I think she has a radio show now. We're going to talk about
on SiriusXM, and we were on it yesterday. She was lovely having us on.
Then we have the hilarious comedian and magician, he was here last week too, right?
2 weeks ago.
And then
Harrison Greenbaum.
Sorry,
yes.
Oh my God, he has 2 lenses.
I know.
Oh, right.
He's really
That's what
fancy.
freaked me out.
Oh yeah, he's got it set up.
And then we have a happily married couple, or in our case, probably more like a simmering marital tension.
To quote couple. On a Gasteyer.
Yes. Thumbs up for getting them. Larson and Sal Viviano And then we have my good pal, Jeffrey Roberson, whose brilliant character is Varla Jean Merman. You're going to flip out. Let me just take one glimpse of what Varla looks like. One, two, three.
That is full glam.
Is it?
I just wanted to say before we get started, besides the fact that Mandy, I think
she's
everyone
insisting that I do tug of war.
Everyone is talking about how their pet, like we're all going a little bit stir crazy, but so are the animals. The animals are like, what the heck?
They're freaking out.
What the heck is going on here? I usually have time to myself. And Mandy, I think, we've learned that after 4 weeks, she has reached her limit, and she only acts out for the most part during the show.
2 and 3 and 8 and 9.
Yeah,
she's literally asleep the rest of the day.
Yeah,
and she wakes up.
And she actually has, Seth, been really good during the day, but today, she's decided not to. So she's literally behind us. The whole thing may come crashing
insisting
down
on a tug of war
because you see how much space we have between us and the bookcase, and that's it.
All right, so we're going to go to our first guest.
Okay, Seth is insistent that I not talk about what I was going to talk about.
Oh, wait.
He wants to go right in. Well, I wanted to say about the farms because I wanted to, there's been a lot. You're the one who brought it to my attention about how like farms all over the country who supply restaurants and so on are literally dumping like, milk and their eggs and all their products. And so,
well, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
The point is there's much less need because sadly schools are closed and a lot of restaurants are closed. So they have all this surplus food and like, we don't know what to do with it besides destroy it. So it's devastating. People are of course starving around the world, but all these farms are destroying eggs and milk and so much more because suddenly, immediately, all this food need went away because no one's going to school anymore, going to restaurants.
So 2 things. Basically. One, I wanted to share what my mom and I did yesterday because it's like we're in self-quarantine, us two. Our kid Julie will be with us really soon for Harrison's Magic, and I'm sure she'll stick around for Varla Jean. And but I wanted to share this because yesterday, what my mom and I did was we drove around. We have a house that's about an hour outside of New York, and we wanted to like support some of the local farms, and so we drove around to various places to find a place where there was a phone number so we could call ahead of time and order and support them. And so we actually found 2 places, one of whom where we're going to get our eggs. So it isn't like dealing with all of the grocery. I know not everyone has this ability. Luxury, but a lot of people do that are around the country. Seth, you want to get Mandy? And she talk about upstaging. Anyway, but I know that if you have the ability to call someone on the local level, whether it's a locally owned business grocery store, because we do that as well, or a farm, go for it. Even if you've never picked up the phone, there's strangers, make a friend and call. And
we do things
them.
Like where we park and they bring the food to the trunk, they put it in. There's like no social interaction. We have to be scared about getting sick.
Right. Before this happened, we didn't know the name of the person at the local little grocery. We didn't. Now we know it's Tammy. And we call Tammy and we say, "Can you help us out?" And she does. And she brings the food to our car. We're finding that that's more and more the case. Is that being able to happen? So if you can do that, I encourage everyone to do that. Now, Seth, you'll probably call on Michelle, and I'll have to go like in 30 seconds, or you will, to get Mandy. No, or else Mandy will upstage Michelle, but let's bring her on.
Michelle cannot be upstage. Please welcome the brilliant and hilarious Michelle Collins.
I was like, I love Mandy. Hi, but no, I could bark. Like, I'll out bark that girl. I don't care what she, at this point. Hi, guys.
Hi.
First of all, I love your tip of the hat to Andrea Martin, Edith Prickly Leopard.
Thank you. It's my Carol Baskin look. Anything to not feel like melted candle wax these days. So thank you for this gift to be seen. Because I've been locked indoors. Like, do I have any sort of, am I ever going to be looked at again is my question.
Well, just tell everybody, your radio show on SiriusXM, by the way, I heard that some hosts have been canned. So like, we're lucky we kept our names.
Who got you?
I don't want to reveal, but I did. I think it's like, I think because like they're anyway. Let me say I know a host.
Let's just say there are layoffs everywhere.
Yeah, layoffs everywhere.
Listen, this is maybe the first time in my life I haven't been fired, so that's exciting.
When is your show so people can listen, and what channel?
Okay, so the channel is Stars 109, and we're from 7 to 10 every day. But because I'm doing it from home, I have my Britney Spears headset here. This is how I host it from this very seat. We're on live from 8 to 10 until the world opens back up.
Is it 5 days a week? When is it?
5 days, Monday through Friday.
Yeah. Oh, great. It's such a fun show. So I guess Michelle, well, actually, James, you should ask your question first because I have questions for Michelle.
Oh, okay. Well, one of the things I like to ask everyone, Michelle, and you know this since you watched the show, is what are you doing to help keep yourself healthy during all this? Mentally, like to not have a breakdown, physically, like what are you doing?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like it's a shady first question. I do feel like it's a shady first question to be like, so how are you staying healthy? I'm like, oh, I have a bottle of Whispering Angel here. I was like, it's 2.
Okay.
I'm actually not that tall. This is a half bottle.
When was it whole?
Magic trick. What?
When was it whole?
Like Sunday. I actually haven't had any today. I just thought it'd be cute. Whispering Angel.
Okay. You know that denial is like anyway, we'll talk about it later. Go on.
I'm not doing a whole lot to stay healthy. I go with my mask on little walks because I just feel trapped.
Hold on. Keep telling Seth. Mandy is going to upstage you, and I am not going to have it. Hold on. I'm going to get her, and you continue.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm having
So you do a nature walk with your mask on, correct? Keep going.
walk. I went to a Bed Bath & Beyond a few days ago, and I felt like I was on heroin. Like, an intervention when the people take that shot after weeks, just being in a normal store, felt so good to me.
I know what you mean. Did you actually need anything from there, or you were just like, I want to see what it's like to be around retail products?
Look, I bought a foot mask. I got some junior mints. I necessities for me. But it's funny. The first couple weeks I was eating really unhealthy because I'm not a big cook. So I was getting a lot of frozen meals, Trader Joe's, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized I can't keep it up for another, 3 months if I want to fit through the doorway come summer. So now I'm doing like turkey wraps. I'm trying to like limit it a little bit.
Do you have any acting out food? I buy these little tiny chocolates. That's like my treat for the day.
Well, you're very fit. The two of you really are. The one food that for me is liquid crack that I actually have to stop bringing in my house is it's so trashy of me, and I'm so sorry to say it on your beautiful show. The Tostitos cheese in the jar, like the queso, but it's really nacho cheese from the movies.
Oh yeah.
I'll put that shit on Cheerios. Like I'll figure out a way to eat it. I love it. Can I curse on this thing? I don't know.
I guess so.
Wow.
Mine is because he got some of these and I couldn't stop his Ritz crackers. They're so good.
You know what? It brings me back to a time when you were little. There's comfort there.
Well, that's why. And there's also spoonfuls of peanut butter. It's those two things that are so childhood. It's just a spoonful and Ritz crackers relentlessly.
Well, that's
a golden retriever. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Michelle.
I was just saying Seth's like a golden retriever. It's like peanut butter Ritz and begging strips. I can get through a whole day on that. Go on.
It's one of those things. Yesterday, I went to the drive-through for the pharmacy, and I drove by a Dunkin' Donuts, and there were about 12 people in the drive-through line. And we're being extra careful, probably more than a lot of people, but I just don't want to do that and deal with the gloves and all that if I wanted to. But it was so tempting, and I was like, okay, there's a McDonald's nearby. If I got the French fries and if I had a glove and I poured it into something else, the fries, I so wanted that. And guess what happened? I got home and my mom had made, like using the recipe that my grandfather used to make for French fries, and they were better than McDonald's.
Wow.
And that part was satisfied. It was like, thank you, Mom.
Can I get clarification on something? You wanted to get French fries and then put the fries in a glove? Or a glove? Did you know that?
He's just saying in order to do any kind of interactions, he didn't want to deal with masks, 7 pairs of gloves, so he just stayed in his car. But then his mother, because she's Jean Dixon / what's her name? Dionne Warwick, right? She psychically knew we wanted French fries and made the recipe. Just on a side note, did you know that Barbara Walters is on YouTube? She goes by Joseph. And Barbara says, yay, Michelle Collins, miss her on The View.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. I'm glad someone got her able to keyboard to say that. That's really nice. Hi, Joseph. Thank you.
She's very tech savvy. So Michelle Collins, this is my question in terms of healthiness. What are you doing TV-wise to stay obsessed? Because we're literally watching Friends. We never really watched what was on, and we're up to the last season. So we're like, what can we be obsessing? I don't want like the really shallow like Bachelor. I want like a level up. I know.
But that's Michelle's.
Well, I'm a garbage dump. There's a show that that mentally I'm an idiot. What am I watching? I mean, listen, I had a moment where I was watching so much Netflix that I felt dirty. Like my brains just like felt gross. So I stopped. Did you see Unorthodox on Netflix?
I want to start watching that. Is that good?
I loved it. And Sethy, James, I know you're not a Jew like Seth and I are.
But I'll watch it.
Well, that's so nice. Thank you. That's wonderful.
I mean, he'll take a shower after, but that's how you watch it.
Yeah. It's great. And it's only 4 episodes, which is nice. So it's kind of like shorter than The Irishman still. There's some hot, or the only problem, I won't even say it. There are a lot of hot Orthodox Jewish men on it, like actors who obviously are not Orthodox in real life. And I mean, how many times have I been to Century 21? Have I ever seen a true hot ortho? Not really, but I can say it. The point is that for me,
they don't really work out. Orthodox people don't really work out.
No, listen, it's my people. I can say it. So don't come for me. But what else are you watching? You know what I'm doing? I'm watching a lot of British reality TV. If you go on your laptop to channel4.com, there's a show called 5 Guys a Week where women bring 5 men into their actual home because it's England, so it's like not creepy. And every day they eliminate a guy. It's like Bachelor on speed, but they have like elderly women. It's not just like hot.
Oh,
it's great.
And how do you watch that?
So it's illegal. You go to Channel 4. You can't really do it. But if you get a VPN on your Google Chrome and say that you're in the UK, you got it.
Got it, girl. All right.
Well, we're basically in the UK. All right. Michelle Collins, you always cheer us up. I guess we have to go to our next guest, right? But just hang around because we may bring you up for comments. That's Julie.
Oh, hi, Julie. I miss you. Hi.
You look gorgeous, lady.
You look great.
Thank you. That means a lot from her. All right.
All right. You'll be back. Don't go nowhere. All right.
Bye.
James, would you like to introduce our comedian/magician?
Yes, I will. And in fact, I got to get out the glasses here because I want to give him the due that he is due. So we want to bring on Harrison Greenbaum. He has been on America's Got Talent. You notice, by the way, Michelle may be upset with me. I did not give her the same due for her intro.
No, I just basically talked about the view and how she's no longer on it. Sorry.
I just realized I'm giving Harrison like the most respectful.
You didn't plug my Instagram. You have shit written down for him. Follow me at Mishcall. Okay, take your magician now.
Wait, hold on. Actually, I will do a banner for that because you are so hilarious.
Look at this.
So you're at Mish Call 2 L's?
Yes. Thank you. That's nice. MICHCOLL.
And
that's it. Oh my God, Sethy, thank you.
And is that Instagram and Twitter?
It is. Not as I know, unfortunately. People wanted to send me stuff, but donate to the Actors Fund. What were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. So it's Mish Call. Do you also do stories? Because I'm so not good at stories.
I love stories. Yeah. I don't
understand. Why can't you just do a post? Like, why is a story? Why can't it just be a post?
Because like on my stories, I'll post pictures of like naked Shrek, like which I would not put on my feed because it's just not maybe appropriate. So I'll do really dumb stuff on my stories and then like skinny pictures on my grid.
Okay, get back to me.
Okay. Now. All right.
You're back.
Going back to my proper introduction of Harrison, he's been on America's Got Talent, Last Comic Standing, and Conan. And he's the co-host of a weekly live stream magic show called Scam Online every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Wait a minute, 8 p.m.?
What? Well,
you could choose one or the other. Ours stays online.
Yeah,
I guess you could skip ours and go.
Well, okay, so he can talk about that if we allow him. Yeah, it is Eastern, Seth. Because he actually has the nerve to say so they can watch tonight instead of Jesse Mueller. Harrison. But it is raising money for 1 million masks, and he can explain that too. So let's bring on Harrison Greenbaum. Harrison.
Hi. Hey, how's it going? And they absolutely should watch both shows. They can watch mine on repeats or yours on repeats, but absolutely no competition.
So yours stays up.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, good. So what is 1 million masks?
Oh, so the Scam Online is the Society of Conjurers and Magicians. It's a very real and very secret organization over about 5,000 years old that we definitely did not just make up for this show. It's very real and very secret. And it's kind of a bummer that so many people know about it, considering how secret and exclusive it is.
You're doing a show featuring it.
Exactly. It's a huge mistake for a secret organization. It's also a bummer that our web address is please don't visit this website.com. It seems like a mixed message for it to be please don't visit this website.com. People keep visiting it. It says please don't in the name, and yet they keep doing it. But it's tremendous mistakes made by the secret organization.
Oh,
so what's the 1 million masks? Is like
I also host a show for the National Lampoon called Quarantine Live, and that's every Tuesday and Friday, 9 p.m. So after yours, and it raises money for 1 million masks. So we're trying to get as much money raised to put PPE in the hands of New York City healthcare workers. And once we do that, it then goes to 1 billion PPE is the second stage of the program, and they deliver PPE to outside of New York. So it's New York focus stage 1, and then goes outside to try to help as many people as possible.
And Harrison, how will people be able to watch it? Seth can put it up right now.
If they go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Harrison Greenbaum, they can follow all of the shows.
Okay, perfect.
YouTube.
Seth's gonna put it up now.
YouTube.
Now, while he's doing that, Harrison, are we gonna? You know how we did like the sort of wide shot? How do you want to?
If you want to bring in Julie, and even if you want to bring Michelle, Michelle and I actually did a stand-up comedy show in Central Park together. That was pretty memorable.
Oh, so Michelle, you want to be part of this?
Hi, yeah. Wait, what did we do? Hi, Harrison. What did we do again?
Good to see you again.
So we're gonna clear for talent. You guys hang out.
If you can actually bring up the second camera, if that's okay.
Go for it.
All right, there we go. Look at this. This is great. Hi, everybody. You can keep Michelle in. Here we go. So I'm going to try a card trick. Most magicians, by the way, will tell you, that it's a normal deck of cards. This is not a normal deck of cards. It will make sense why that is at the end, but not a normal deck of cards, a special deck of cards. But what I'm going to do is, first thing, by the way, they come in red and blue. And if you forget the fact that cards come in red and blue, I have a really easy way to remember it. This one says red and this one says blue. That makes it really easy. I can shuffle the cards. Michelle, how many times would you like me to shuffle it? Do you want me to keep going or stop?
3 times.
I can move the cards when I shuffle them.
3 times.
3 times. Okay, that was 2. And then here's the third one. I'll even give it a couple of cuts. Here's what's going to happen. We'll start with you, Michelle. As I hold the card out, just tell me if it gives you a red vibe or a blue vibe. Red or blue?
Okay. So red.
Red. Okay. And how about this one?
Blue.
Blue. And this one?
Blue.
Blue. Great.
Red.
This is riveting. Julie, I have 3 cards. Do you want me to put them on red or on blue?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. How about these 3 cards? Michelle, red or blue?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, cool. And James, these 3, red or blue?
I'm going to go against the ladies here and go to red.
Okay, cool. These 2 cards, Michelle, which one, where would you like that to go?
Put those on red.
On red. Okay, cool. And Julie, just start saying red and blue as I go through. Use your vibes.
Okay. Red.
Red.
Blue.
Blue.
Red.
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 Okay, I'm going to stop you right here because you said red, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to change your mind and put it on blue. This is a very important decision. It will, in fact, if you make the wrong decision, haunt you for the rest of your life. So it's very important that you think this one through. Do you want it to be on red, or would you like me to walk it over to blue? This is going to make a huge difference. So red or blue?
I'm going to stick with red.
All right. That's on you. All right, you know what? This has been a little bit vague, and I think it'll be easier for you to accomplish this task, all 3 of you, if I make it more specific. You know what I mean? Because this says red, this says blue. What does that mean? Those are just colors. So I'll make it easier. We'll put guns and abortion, okay? Let's make it a little bit easier, okay?
That was a party. Thank God.
Exactly. The good thing about this trick is it's entirely pro-choice. So I want you guys to make some of those decisions. We want to end up roughly even, but Michelle, these 2, guns or abortion?
I got to go abortion.
Okay, awesome. Are you alone in quarantine, or is this
well, after the abortion, yes. No, I'm joking. No, I don't know why I said that. You put the names out there.
Yeah, no, I'm available for children's birthday parties, virtual or otherwise. Julie, these 2, guns or abortion?
Is it gun control?
This one is just a red guns, and that's a blue abortion. It's up to you.
All right, let's do some blue abortions.
Abortion. Okay, awesome. I'm bringing parents and children together. That's what's so beautiful.
Aren't you? Okay.
Michelle, just keep saying guns and abortion as I hold them out, and I'll deal them out according to what you say.
Okay. By the way, I love Julie because she has a good heart. I'll do guns.
Okay.
No trick otherwise. Guns.
Yes.
Do some borschies.
Okay.
Guns.
Yeah.
Borscht.
Yes. And Julie, would you like me to shuffle these, or do you want me to keep them where they are?
Shuffle them twice.
Shuffle them twice. Once. Twice, is that good? Do you want me to keep shuffling or keep it where they are?
That's good.
All right, Michelle, guns and abortion, go. You got this.
Okay, abortion.
Yes.
Guns.
Great. This sounds like my Thanksgiving dinner every year. This is fantastic.
I'm so triggered right now, but I'll keep it up for the end.
All right, keep going.
Let's do guns.
Guns, you said?
Yeah.
Guns, okay. And these 3, Julie. Guns or abortion? Julie, which one?
Abortion for 300.
Okay, perfect. These 3, Michelle, guns and abortion.
Guns.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, guns. Okay. And Julie, keep going. Guns and abortion.
Abortion. Guns.
Yeah.
Guns.
Awesome. My neighbors probably think I'm an insane person because I'm screaming about guns and abortion. We have a few more to go. Here, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. James, guns and abortion. Go.
Guns.
Great.
Guns. Guns. Abortion.
Yes.
Guns.
Yes.
Guns.
Yes.
Abortion.
Yes.
Abortion.
Perfect. That's the last one. And abortion?
Yes.
Seth hasn't been watching this, so he's going to feel very weird out of context hearing what's coming from this room. But so
I can hear the craziness. Guns, abortion, guns, abortion.
Awesome. So here's the deal. We shuffled the cards. Michelle, Julie, James, you guys made every decision every step of the way. The number of times I shuffled, when I shuffled, which pile each card went into. At all points, I did exactly what you guys said. What's interesting, I think, is that I said this was a special deck of cards. Remember that? I said it was a special deck of cards, and it's because they're actually blank cards, like these ones. And I wrote with a red Sharpie and a blue Sharpie every state in the 50 states, and I color-coded them by whether they voted for Hillary or Trump in the last election.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if this worked. We'll see. But for the red pile, you dealt out cards like, let's see, Georgia.
Okay.
Texas.
Uh-huh.
Red, 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 all red states. This trick is only good, by the way, if there are any blues in the decks. On the blue pile, you guys made all the choices. We have blue, 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 and abortion. That's a blue state issue. Let's see what we got over there. We got blue, 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 and New York. That's pretty good. And last but certainly not least, on guns, red state issue, Pennsylvania. Although I can't believe that went red, but SC, red, 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 perfectly separated. And that is the trick.
Oh my God, Harrison.
That was impressive. That was very impressive.
That's amazing.
Great job.
I appreciate it.
I gotta go vote.
Hashtag 2020.
That's right. And vote.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
That's amazing, Harrison. Thanks, Michelle.
Love you. Bye. I'll here.
Love
Okay. Bye.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was like, where in the hell is Harrison going? We didn't talk about before what you were going to do. You just did it. I loved it. I love the setup.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're very technologically, it's fun. And I had to hand make these bad boys.
Wow.
Still got it.
So tell everyone again for tonight, or they can just watch it in the future.
Yeah, youtube.com/Harrison Greenbaum. You can follow my National Lampoon show and Scam Online, which is the magic show. And at Harrison Comedy is my Twitter and my Instagram. Oh, Billy Stritch is watching. Hi, Billy. I love him.
Hi, Billy.
Okay, Harrison. Well, we're going to call you back for another Variety Thursday.
So please learn another trick.
Absolutely. I think I have one in mind.
Even more offensive.
All right.
Thank you.
My best. Love you guys.
Bye.
Hey, Seth, before we bring on Liz and Sal, I wanted to read some donations that have come in.
All right, it's up on the screen.
Uh-oh.
Drive me crazy. Okay, go.
You want to take off Harrison? It's not that he could be up all day, but okay, there you go. We want to thank the following people who have given. Lee from New York, $25. Rachel from Pennsylvania, $25. From Florida, Shane gave $36. Mary from Massachusetts, $50. Arlen from New Jersey, $50. Jane from Mississippi, $50. Mary Catherine from Virginia, $50. Dorothy from Washington, D.C., $75. Okay.
Thank you, donators.
That's amazing.
You go to starsinthehouse.com to keep it up. It's such a problem. I cannot believe, really, with such crazy economic uncertainty, but so much unemployment, people are still donating. It's really wonderful.
Yeah.
And this money is going to people, like we were saying, literally to pay rent, to pay medical bills. It's not for things that I need, like hair dye, severe Botox. Because constantly seeing yourself twice a day on the camera, it brings out every horrific thing you've ever hated about yourself. Okay, so coming up,
yes, right now,
we have a wonderful married couple from Uptown, 2 flights up. That's from Promise to Promise to Anybody. They live uptown. Please welcome Liz Larson and Sal Viviano.
Hey, Seth. Hey, James.
Hi, cuties. So
good to see you guys. Oh my God, you're in our house. Oh, yeah.
Is this better? I don't know.
Yeah, we can just
Either way,
Just
we can lean.
pretend we get along. So I don't know. Do you guys follow Laura Dean on Facebook?
Absolutely. I played opposite her in a show called Catch Me If I Fall.
I'm having like a lot of food jealousy. Have you seen like she's just constantly whipping up like brioche with? It's making me like, what are you guys eating? Like I just
and then she turns it into something else the next day. Unbelievable.
She made chopped liver, and then she's like, someone requested a vegetarian version. And the most amazing, all I did was, and it's a crazy, like, I can't follow the recipe at all. But anyway, what are you guys doing for food? Because all I have is like stir-fried vegetables every night. What do you guys do?
I'm cooking every night.
Liz is cooking every night.
For these ingrates.
Yeah, and I'm baking. I've been baking a lot too.
Yeah.
And we've got,
just
2
steak, meat, all the stuff I don't eat.
And 2
like
other
I'm
guys.
just making boy food.
Right.
So
we have 2
all like
my size. So
guys. Well,
we're eating a lot.
Are you doing your Jewish ancestry or your Italian Sal Viviano in marriage ancestry?
I'm doing kind of both. I cook like my dad cooked. So
we actually the other day made for the very
He's
first
Jewish.
time ever, we made a pasta sauce together. First time in 20 years.
And I almost killed him.
Yeah.
I almost killed him.
Yeah. Our pain.
It's called simmering marital tension. Hey, the original eponine, Francis Raffel is watching. Hi, Francis. Just
Hi, Francis.
Liz and Sal, can you believe it really wasn't that long ago that we saw one another at this fundraiser? It's so there is no words for the lack of ability to track time these days.
Yeah.
And I
It's
feel like,
February 24th.
is that when? How do you remember that?
I just weird for dates. And the last time I put on makeup and straightened my hair was March 2nd.
What are you, Mary Lou Henner?
I was going to say you're the Mary Lou Henner of equity.
So I can't remember anything but those things.
So hold on, wait. You guys have done so many Broadway shows, but I'm thinking, have you ever done a Broadway show together?
No. Well, I mean, out of town. No, but not on Broadway. No, we did.
God, I look so white.
Oh no, it's the lighting. Believe me, we had to call Jeff Pointer for a full lighting.
Yeah.
So your lighting has gotten better and better. It's perfect.
I look
now.
like a
Great.
God.
Salos gives great comments.
Thank you, Sal.
But Sal, when you were doing falsettos, I would have thought Liz would have been Cordelia, but no, you never did Cordelia?
I got cast in it, but I don't remember what happened. But I did play Trina at George Street.
At George Street, she did.
But you guys never did a Broadway show together.
No.
All right, so
I think I'm going to say my one claim to no fame is I think I'm the only guy who ever played both Whizzer and Marvin. It's like playing Tony and Maria on Broadway. Yeah.
bravo. So got it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Hey, Liz, want to talk for a second, and then Seth. I know I just stopped here, but
Okay.
about the beautiful cast video, because I was just saying how I watched Brian Stokes Mitchell on MSNBC, and they showed it again. It's obviously amazing. I love how much Anika and her kids are in it. It's so sweet.
He means the cast of Beautiful. The musical
cast of
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They made a whole video of You Got a Friend. So what did they do? They emailed you and they were like, just sing and dance?
It was all Jason Howland's idea. He emailed us all our parts, basically saying, if you want to sing alto, here's your track. If you want to sing soprano, here's your track. And here's where you riff the way you want. And so we all had the track in our ears. So if you listen to it, we were singing a cappella, really. But he put the whole thing together. He got in touch with Carol. In fact, I'm sorry, Carol King. And I was texting him at the time going, this is such a great idea. We've got to get Carol. And he was like, yeah, I'm trying. And all of a sudden he wrote, she's in.
There was no way for you to know that it would take off like that. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it was, God, it was so emotional for all of us. And also we all sent our videos to a same Dropbox. So I literally watched everybody's video from beginning to end, like sobbing, like, I miss you. I miss you. And it was so sweet what people did and what they chose to sing. And it was, it made me feel closer to them.
See, my viewers don't know, Liz Larson played Carole King's very youthful mother in Beautiful for like 5 years, right?
6.
I love it because Liz was like playing old curmudgeon, but she's really a sastress. So the whole show, she's like, you should be a piano teacher. But at the end, during the mega mix, it was like the full, like you got her totally funked out. I was like, that's the real Liz.
And Star Nights. I brought back Star Nights for that.
Star Nights. So I want to, James does not know the story at all. Can you talk about the weird way you guys met, which involved a late night phone call and like psychic ability?
Okay, so wait, let me just start by saying it was 19 89, and there was no cell phones. There was no nothing. There was a thing called public access on television.
Right.
And I was
pirated cable, where that you put right. Remember pirating cable?
And I was with this very terrible person who was very mean to me and was.
I know exactly who he is, and I warned his next girlfriend not go out with him, and she still did. And then she's like, "You were right." I'm like, "I told you, go on." I know exactly. Okay. That's when I first met you. I met you with him. Anyway, go on.
Oh God. Anyway, so I was going crazy because I knew he wasn't there. And I called my friend and I said, I'm losing it. Could you just come over and keep me company? So she brought a bottle of wine and a Xanax, and we were flipping through channels, and there was this guy named John Wallowich who was on. It was like channel 17 or something, and he would play the piano and take requests over the phone. And he had a big brandy snifter with like dollars in it.
Tips, yeah.
So she said, well, let's call. And I was like, no. And I'm drunk at this point and miserable. And she called him, and it went right through because no one was doing that. And there was no delay or anything. It was just like, hi, you're on Wallowich. So she shoves the phone in my ear. And at that point, my favorite song was When I Fall in Love. And so he said, oh, would you like to sing it? And I said, oh, no. Oh, I B flat. And so I sang it, and that was it. And at the end, he said, oh, dear. I heard like the three people in the thing clapping. Yeah. Good. And he said, you sound like a singer. What's your name? And I said, Liz. And he said, what's your last name, darling? We'll come see you sing. And I said, I don't have a last name. And I hung up. And that was the end of that. So like 4 months later, this is January, 4 months later, I get through a friend tickets to the Met game because she knows this guy, Sal Viviano, who sings the national anthem at the Met game. So I happened to take my friend Lori, who was with me that night, and we get there and Sal sings, and it's brilliant. And we were in like a row like this. So he was in like the second seat and I was in the sixth seat. And it was about the fourth inning. And he leans back and he says, so Liz, you've sung on any cable shows lately? And I said, Lori. And she said, I didn't. And he heard me.
Because that night I was at home in my apartment in Chelsea.
And I didn't say my last name. It
was like 1 a.m. when that cable access show, you remember Wallowich, it was on like literally 1 a.m. The TV was on. I was with my girlfriend at the time. We weren't really watching TV, but it was on. I've got a weird like party trick for voices. If I've heard your voice before, like a voiceover on TV or a recording, that's so in the middle of not really paying attention to the TV, I stopped what we were doing and said, oh, that's Liz Larson singing. Because Liz and I had auditioned opposite each other for Star Mites a few years earlier.
And he heard my voice through a door.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I thought, oh, that's Liz Larson. Yeah. Yeah. And so I listened to the song. She said, who's Liz Larson? And why are you telling me this now? The girlfriend says. Anyway, so.
So he knew it was me. Anyway, when we got married, that was our wedding song. And years and years later, we went to see Elaine Stritch at the Carlisle, and we were waiting to leave. And there was Wallowich in the lobby waiting for a cab to pick him up. And I said, oh my God, it's John Wallowich. We have to
tell him the story. Yeah.
And I said, oh, John, you got us together and blah, blah, blah. And he said, Lizzie, I've known you since you were a baby. Like he played at the Lambertville Inn or someplace, not the Lambertville Inn, Stockton, when I was a kid and my mother would go see him. And I grew up knowing him, and that was so weird. And we told him the whole story. And then he died a couple days later.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so weird though, but Sal, now you've given me an idea for Variety Thursday. I'm totally going to collect some voiceovers from TV and quiz you.
He is crazy.
It's a worthless party trick. I can't make money on it. I can't make money on it.
We can't believe it. We look at each other, we're like, what?
Yeah, like, oh, that's Ed Begley Sr. Or, something random.
I'm so excited we're having you back.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Okay, so hold on.
And by the way, I sang Liz that song also while she was delivering our older son, Andy, in a kind of an emergency C-section. her.
Well-
I was trying to calm her down.
where the thing didn't work.
Yeah,
the pain reliever didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one in like 10,000 people where
The anesthesia didn't
didn't work.
So guys, take this in. She had a cesarean where the
Cesarean.
anesthesia did not work.
Work.
So everyone complaining.
We applied it 4 times. She was then strapped to the table. They were
And they
angling
rolled
the
me over?
table to try and get it to go down to where it should go. She could still feel everything.
He said,
unbelievable.
He said, "Do you feel this?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I have to do this anyway. Her heart's too weak. I have to do this because I was losing,
and somehow
consciousness."
she agreed to have our second son also.
Well,
A
Liz,
planned C-section.
We have an important question from James.
no. The most important thing is, even with all of that, look what someone says. How the heck is Liz still 25?
It's a secret.
Italian cooking.
And simmering marital tension. Okay, so we were raising money. We did this benefit, really nice. For that, what's her name? I loved her.
Allison Fine.
Allison Fine.
Allison Fine was her name. So I mean, it's like I'm barely thinking about politics right now at all. But I loved meeting her, and we sang.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It was super fun, but that was the last time we hung out together.
Right.
Okay, so but this was the song you guys sang together that night.
Right.
We did sing this song. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a song that everybody knows. We all grew up with this song, and yet I think we never kind of think of it in this context as a love song.
Oh,
All right.
Oh.
We'll go off.
okay, we're going on.
Well, it's your interpretation of what kind of song it is.
Let's see.
This is arranged by and played by. He was nice enough to record this. Jimmy Roberts, the songwriter and composer of "I Love You, Perfect Now Change" and so many other great songs. And he and I originally he arranged this over 30 years ago for a Yip Harburg review that we did together with all sorts of wonderful people, and produced by the Harburg Foundation. You're muted.
Places.
Places. We're ready.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. In my head, I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had a brain.
When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle. Yet I'm torn apart just because I'm presuming that I could be kinda human if I only had a heart.
Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thunk before, and then I'd sit and think some more.
Just to register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel the part. I would stay young and chipper, and I'd lock it with a zipper if I only had a heart.
Picture me, a balcony
Above, a voice sings low.
Wherefore art thou, Viviano?
I hear a beat. How sweet.
I would not be just a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain.
And perhaps I deserve you and be even worthy
If I only had a brain.
If I only had a heart, I'd unravel every
Can't hear you.
I was giving you notes. No, that's so sweet.
Hi, Julie.
Hey guys, fabulous.
Hey, girly girl.
So many sweet comments. Hey, Sal, you and Liz looking great. Good to see you.
You guys are.
Walter Browski. He was in Pippin with me 100 years ago.
You guys Sal performed with Susan Egan in Providence with the Rhode Island Philharmonic Pops Orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who this is for, but the best vibrato ever.
Mark Moritz, it's so sweet.
Gotta be her.
Gotta be good.
According to Seth, it's her.
I do love the vibrato.
Julie, you're so talented.
Bravo.
You are so talented. I want Sal to cut my hair, first of all.
I said, no, we
that's
gotta
not
wait
the
for
most
Julie to do
talented
it.
thing you're doing, but oh my God, he won't do it.
No.
Seth, you said we
I
should do
can
it.
walk you through it.
So do a
I'll
FaceTime with you.
FaceTime with you, and I can literally
That's what I'm
take you
saying. Look at my hair, I'm like a witch.
step by step.
I'm a
I can
witch.
walk you through it.
All
You're
right.
a witch. It's more of an alphaba look. All right. So Sal, you're going to come back to your party trick of recognizing voiceovers. Liz, you're going to do your party trick of getting a cesarean with no anesthesia. Bye-bye.
That's right.
All
We
right.
love you guys.
Bye, guys. See
Bye.
you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Love
Bye.
you. Love you.
Okay, so don't forget, the point of the show is not only entertainment, but donations. You can go to starsinthehouse.com. Minimum is $5. And that's kind of a lot for people these days because nobody's working and a lot of people aren't even getting the unemployment they deserve. But if you can donate, we'd love it. It goes to the actors' funds, pay people's rent, medical bills. Julie, read some of the donations we've gotten recently. These are sort of some high-powered ones.
Amazing donations. We have John from New York who gave $100.
I'm going to accompany you.
Jennifer from Georgia gave me $103.
Give you?
Oh, not me exactly, but us, like the Actors Fund. Catherine from New Hampshire, $103. Cynthia from California, $309. And then lastly, Emma from New York, $515.
James is dealing with Mandy, who is completely
Oh
acting
my God,
out.
she's a crazy ass.
There's just so much jealousy. I don't know. She's just like mad that we're taking away from her for an hour. I can't.
I'll help you out.
Anywho, so Julie's my co-host right now. So please welcome to the stage one of the most brilliant entertainers I know. Real name Jeffrey T. Roberson, but the character he's been playing since I knew him. I didn't even know him. I first saw him in Wigstock, and I was freaked out by his performance. And then we became friends. But it is a brilliant Varla Jean Merman, who we'll find out where the name comes from. Please welcome the lovely and brilliant Varla Jean Merman.
Hello, Seth. Hello.
Hi, Varla.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
It's not the morning. It's actually the
I
afternoon.
hear an angel whispering. Yes. Yeah.
Varla, can you tell everybody who your parents are? Why your name is Varla Jean
I, of
Merman?
course, am the illegitimate daughter of Ethel Merman and Ernest Borgnine. Thank you. Who were married for 38 days. And but I don't really talk about it anymore. Well, ever since the cease and desist. But yes. Anything else?
No. I want to first show. I did a video with Varla. Well, Varla has so many great videos online, but this is the one based on Lionel Richie's wonderful song "Hello."
I love this video.
So in this, Varla played an acting teacher because Uta Hagen gets sick. But by the way, it was 5 years after Uta Hagen died, so it doesn't quite make sense. But Varla takes over, and like in the Lionel Richie video, she falls in love with Lionel Richie falls in love with an art student. But in this, Varla falls in love with an acting student who's blind, like the art student. So this is the two of us. This is from a couple of years ago. You can watch this on YouTube. Here we go.
I've been alone with you inside my mind, and in my dreams I've kissed your lips 1,000 times. Sometimes I see you walk right by my door. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Oh.
It's so stupid.
Oh my God, so funny.
Okay, so
Never gets old.
Varla, you're in private time every single summer. You're touring all over the country, but I'm seeing now with this new isolation stuff, you're performing other places. So like, what's your next performance? Where's it going to be and how's it going to happen?
I have nothing. No, I hopefully that the next thing, well, I actually in isolation, I'm doing a big show on stageit.com on the 26th.
Write that down.
At 2:00, 5:00 on the East Coast. But besides that, I think the next thing I'm going to be doing, hopefully, is Provincetown in the summer. So
yeah, we do. But stageit.com, we can.
Stageit.com, yes, and I'm on the Sunday, the 26th of April, and I'm going to put together a whole fun show. I did one show already; it was a lot of fun.
So I'm glad that you put on some makeup. I know you have a song coming up.
I can't remember when the last date I put on makeup. I can't.
Like it was Larson. All right, what are you going to do? Because I had so many requests and didn't send you any because I love everything. What did you decide to do?
Well, I think I have the perfect number. Do you mind if I sing it?
It's okay. All right, hit it.
Reach out and touch somebody's. Get away from me! Get away from me! I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I was a germophobic before all of this. Some fans kiss me, some fans hug me. I'm like, ugh, okay. But as soon as they are gone, I use some Lysol spray. Sometimes my fans want to touch hands. I get filled with fright. Because if I see a bump or rash, I'm like, that's not MRSA, right? Because we are living in a bacterial world, and I'm antibacterial girl. You know that we are living in a bacterial world, and I'm antibacterial girl. Oh God, Seth, I just want to get it. Some fans beg and some fans plead. I hate to be so mean, but now the only lubricant I and some fans go, I pray no STD. But now the only calls I get are from the CDC. Because we are living in a venereal world, and I am a venereal girl. You know that we are living in a venereal world, and I am a venereal girl, a venereal and bacterial. This is ethereal. I'm a new material girl.
That was amazing.
If you could have seen Sal's face when you sprayed the Lysol in your mouth.
Fantastic. Unbelievable.
So hold on, Varla. Well, I always joke about when you did Beyonce's All the Single Ladies, but you
all the single gerunds. If you like it, then you ought to put an ing on it. If you like it, then you ought to put an ing on it.
A single gerund. It's such a specific.
But it's a real thing, Seth. It's a real thing.
Okay, so
because Shrunk and White.
Shrunk and White, yes, Shrunk and White, Elements of Style. So Julie's wearing a shirt in honor of you.
I wear this to school all the time when I went to school.
I love it. They let you wear that at school?
No.
Hence her report card. And I wore a shirt in honor of you also.
Watch it.
So one time when you're in Provincetown, this is for the listeners out there, when you're in Provincetown, you have to flyer for your show. And when you're, more notable, you have other people flyer for you. So Varla would always walk down the streets in Provincetown and someone would be flyering, usually our friend Mark flyering as Varla would get a lot of attention. So one day Mark had to go to our friend's wedding, Jesse and Chris, and couldn't fly her. So Varla asked me to do it for her. So Varla's walking down the street and I'm like, go see Varla Jean Morgan's show, go see Varla Jean Morgan's show. And someone walks up to me like, oh my God, Seth, I'm such a big fan from the radio. And immediately Varla's like, you're fired. It was so immediate.
I remember one time I was walking down the street and I'm handing out flyers and someone screamed, Varla, you're my third favorite.
You've got the most passive aggressive. Varla's always texting me the passive aggressive comments. What was that one in San Francisco where you were billed? Do you know what I'm talking about? You were billed like and others. I can't remember. It was so passive. You sent me the flyer for it. Oh God, I don't know the backup. Okay, regardless, I'm going to show this video. So now that everyone's wearing masks, I thought I'd show the video when you visited Japan.
That is from like 1998.
It's all true.
I was at the Broadway show Chicago, and I filmed that when we went to Tokyo, when we were performing in Tokyo.
So you were playing Mary Sunshine in Chicago.
Yes.
And was Anne Reinking on that tour? I can't remember who is the Roxy?
No, Belle Callaway, who's amazing.
She's
it was amazing. Yeah, I think Ruthie Henshaw was with us at that point.
And when you filmed this, you literally were in Tokyo?
Yes. And, and this was back, obviously, in 98, where I found it that people wear the masks I always thought that, they're wearing masks because they're paranoid. No, they wear them so they don't get others sick.
Well, that's why we're supposed to wear the masks now. So when you sneeze, you don't get, so it's really the same reason. Yep, exactly. Here we go. Okay.
Say, Bob Fosse's illegitimate child, I got a role and was on a plane to Tokyo. 14 hours later, I woke up in a dumpster behind the world's most traversed rail center, Tokyo Shinjuku Station. But as I mingled amongst the mongoloid commuters, I had the strange feeling that people were staring at me. Perhaps they recognized me from one of my many unreleased films, or maybe they had never seen such natural tawny auburn hair. But then it all became clear. I noticed that Michael Jackson's surgical masks were de rigueur. I needed one to blend in. Well, when in Rome, do the Romans. Of course, I added a few of my own extra embellishments. And I can tell you, boy, did it work. Once I put that thing on, no one would even look at me.
It's so hilarious. First of all, I love the non-reaction. 14 hours later, I woke up in a dumpster. Like, there's no acknowledgement. Why did you wake up in a dumpster?
That is from 1998. Oh my God. How many?
Like, before the times.
Yeah, you were
years ago.
God, suck it up. Okay, so Farla, you have to be like a regular guest. So hold on, just before you go, I just want to make sure that anyone.
Oh, am I leaving?
No. But look, Steven Spadar, our good pal, Toko Vita is one of our favorites.
Oh, Steven! Oh my God!
All these amazing videos are on your YouTube, right?
Yes.
So many brilliant ones. So, can you give us one more song? I didn't even sound check with you. Do you have a second song prepared?
I do actually, because as you said, I can see your hair is going a little gray, and I see, I usually, I like to get a Brazilian wax every other day. So, needless to say, this has happened. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. My shower drain is clogged every day. I'm like a big baboon wearing pantyhose. So much hair's growing in down there. And honey, now out my nose. Here's why. Because she's heavy. Clap along if your face looks like a big old dirty mop. Because she's heavy. Clap along if your thong looks like you're smuggling ZZ Top. Because she's heavy. Clap along if it looks like Sasquatch if you're kin. Because she's heavy. Clap along if your crotch looks like Willie Nelson's chin. Hirsute ain't cute on a lady's back. Not in any culture. I could braid the hair down my lady. Crack, it is disgusting, Seth. And the hair in my ears has begun to thrive. Yours too, James. I saw it. And the black hair that grows on my toes looks like the Jackson 5. Look, honey, there's Tito. Because she's very clap along if your breast looks like a furry coconut. Because she's clap along if your chest looks like Alec Baldwin's butt. Because she's clap along if your new is an Amish, a bearded clam. Because she's clap along if your crotch looks like Yosemite Sam.
No, you skunks, clear out of here.
Get out of here. Harry, stop it. I'm so hairy. Bigfoot just tried to take my picture. Because she's hairy, clap along if your classmates called you cousin it. Because she's clap along if a sideburn is growing down your tit. Because she's clap along if your waxer charges by the pound. Because she's clap along if Jane Goodall is following you around. Harry.
So, okay.
Brilliant.
So brilliant.
Ah,
Bravo.
awesome.
Yeah, Liz Larson, do you relate on any level?
So,
There's Tito.
I can't. I'm out. So, Jeff, you write all your own lyrics. You're just so
I
great.
do. I work with my friend Seth Rudetsky. Not Seth Rudetsky. Jacques Lamar, who writes with me sometimes too, who's so wonderful. Because sometimes you use the same jokes over and over and over, and someone else can call you out on it.
Yeah. Jacques Lamar is brilliant. He's in Hartford. Is Jacques Lamar dating someone right now? I felt like he was.
No, he's married. He's been married to Arthur for years and years and years.
Wait, what? Then why was Arthur not at the show? All right, talk privately, but okay. All right, in conclusion, so Varla, you got to come back. Let me say goodbye to all my other guests.
Seth, let me tell you, I am always constantly amazed how you and James come together so quickly after an event, while the rest of us are just sort of shell-shocked, thinking what's happening, and you guys are planning and making things happen. It's so important to take care of actors right now, and everyone in the industry. It's just so terrible. I've had friends call me in other drag queens who were hungry, who didn't have food to eat. It is just insane what people are going through, and people are embarrassed to even say it. So it's just, I thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing what you guys do. This is so important, and I'll be back anytime you want me, and even when you don't.
Let me ask you one thing. I just realized, Varla, are you home in New Orleans right now?
Actually, I'm in Fort Lauderdale. You know, I got married, and I'm in Fort Lauderdale, and I'm so lucky. I have the house in New Orleans too. We go back and forth, but we were here, and I can't say we have a beautiful place, and so I'm so lucky. I can't imagine being trapped in an apartment somewhere where you couldn't go outside. We have a backyard, and it's very nice. So I'm so fortunate, so fortunate.
Yeah, we feel the same way because we have land around. Believe me, the thought of being trapped.
I know. I just feel so sorry for people who just can't even leave their house, or just so it's so bad. So I'm so lucky. I feel so fortunate.
It's very sweet. So don't forget, go to actorsfund.org if you need help. Tonight we have. Oh, where did he? Oh, I was going to say goodbye. Okay, don't forget. Tonight we have Jesse Mueller. 8 p.m. tonight. That's right. So there's her mom. And her
Jesse Mueller, here's her mom.
Here's her mom.
And of course, Seth and James and Julie, thank you so much for what you're doing. And watching these broadcasts every day just lifts us and just makes us feel so warm. I've seen all the girls I dated in the 80s. And
me too.
I can't. Okay, we're gonna roll the credits. I'm gonna play some exit music. Hold on. So
Bye.
Here come the credits.
Here comes the door.
We'll say goodbye one more time. Let me play some music. This is for Liz Larson.
Nice.
That's the most happy follow for you clowns.
That's wonderful. The mail is in.
The whole time. Because God would have upstaged you.
Good girl.
Bye, everyone. We'll see
Bye,
you.
James.
Bye, guys.
Great to see you.
My gosh.
You guys are crazy.
It's an insane asylum.